Hello and welcome along and welcome back to the Old Stream Farm. Today we are actually doing something a little bit of an emergency because I had a phone call from the shop this morning. They have something in for me that I'm really excited about. And so we've got to do a little bit of stuff in order to afford it. Go into here. Look at this. Under the used vehicle sales, they have a Kubota M5 series for us. We absolutely want this for the farm. It is 29,258 and we only have 6,483. So what we're going to do is we've loaded up our JCB onto the back here. We're going to take this down to the spinnery where we do have some fabric, and with any luck it's going to be just enough for us to be able to purchase this new tractor and get it added to the farm. So that's why we have loaded up the little telly truck and brought it down here. Yeah, look at that, there is plenty down here. Let's get this turned around so that I can get easy access to my trailer. And we'll pop out here. We will back that up to there and open it up like so. Let's unhook the telly truck, start it up and back it off. Yeah, the quicker we can get all of this loaded on here today and taken somewhere where we can sell it, the better, because that will help us just to ensure that we get this as quickly as possible. Let's take the sides down on our trailer. Look at that. It's a well-oiled machine we are here. And then with our forks a little bit in, we can start looking at getting these all loaded up. And yeah, it means we're going to be a little bit delayed getting the tailors, but it's going to be worth it to get the tractor that we really want to get on here. So we've got 5 pallets in total here, and they are going to be, well, they're worth about £5,000 each. So we're pretty much spot on for what we need to buy the tractor. It is all sort of coming together quite nicely from that point of view. It is slightly disappointing that we're not going to be able to use this fabric eventually to help buy the tailor shop, but the whole process of that is quite long, and we do know that we're going to get plenty of, let's turn that off, plenty of wool from our sheep as time goes on. So let's close that up. Where are we going to sell this? Fabric is here. Farmer's Market, actually Tailor's Shop is a good place to drop it off. It takes a while to process through it, and it is £5,080 at the moment. Also, bonuses, it's just across the road. So we're going to take this straight up here, out of here. And is this where our tailor shop drop off is as well? Yes, it is. So bringing this over here, in goes the fabric, and there we are, 31,000. We have enough to get the new tractor. So let's head back to the spinnery, and then we can get our telly truck back to the farm, and then I'm going to head up to the shop and see if we can pick up this tractor. So here we are at 8:32 in the morning. We're just bringing the Landy in, and we're going to pop into the shop and see if they still have it for us. And there it is, our Kubota M5 series. that we can, well, we can get the basic setup right now. If I want to take it up an engine size to 106, I can, but it's more than we have at the moment. So we can always come in, get everything's upgraded later. Verdestein or Trelleborg are the wheels with no difference between them. Front weight, I don't think we're in need of that. And yeah, if I can get the base tractor now, we can always add upgrades and things later. GPS would be really cool on it, but it's 15,000. So, yep, none of that really available to us. What we do need to do is get a number plate for it. And as per my recent setup, what we're going to do is go to, where is it? Do we have a... No, I'll have to go here. And we're going to put the a number plate from somebody on the Patreon on here. And today, I'm going to go with FarmCatGR. So, FarmCatGR fits on here very nicely. So yeah, FarmCatGR, congratulations. Your name is going on our brand new M5 series Kubota. And there you go on the front and the back. In fact, it actually passes fairly nice. So brilliant. Let's get that purchased. As I said, we can always upgrade this tractor later. But right now, we need to crack on with this. And look, here is our job that we'd originally planned for today. Is to get cracking on all of that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to get this back down to the farm. And then come back up here and get cracking on all of the grass work that we need to do. So nice and easily back down to our farm. In fact, what I'm going to do is park this in our workshop over here. It's going to need a little bit of repairs. So we want to get that done at some point. So we'll just leave this in here for now, and then we can do those later. So, yeah, now it's back up to the shop. Out this way, like so. And we're going to go and get this grass work started and hopefully get us some more money. Now, one of the nice things about this setup is we shouldn't need the rower at all. We should just be able to go with this and, yeah, and row up and then straight round with the tractor doing the silage. So we've got 2 fields, I think, to do today. No, we've got 3 fields to do today. We have field 38, 43, and 48. So we'll head over there. I'm going to do all 3 fields before I start going and getting them all rowed up. So let's have a look at where these fields are on the map. Which is our closest? Oh, come on. Stay there. There we go. Our closest is 43. Then we can go nicely out to 38 and then finish on 48. Or, yeah, there's an easy way to do all 3, really. So let's head out there. I don't know if they're all going to the same place. I do see only 1 exclamation mark, and it's all going down to the animal marketplace. So we'll head down, get these cut nice and quickly with this big M, and rowed up or baled up and delivered. And here is field 43. Let's unfold our piece of equipment. Right, now we need to make sure our straw swaths are correct. So if we bring up the help menu, what have we got? We've got wide spreading as our work mode. So let's change that. Swath dropping, left swath, right swath, wide spreading. Yeah, swath dropping is what we want. I want to get myself positioned in the field a little bit first. We're going to do 2 headlands round this. And then after that, we're going to go and do 2 Gonna drop the back ones. There we go. We can then start going up and down the field, and we might start employing the GPS at that point and just make things a little bit easier on us. But I think this is going to probably be a fairly quick job to get around this field. As I said, if we can get all 3 fields cut today, that would be perfect. It should be fairly easy to get all of these jobs done with this, which is even better. Like 42, the shape of 43 doesn't easily lend itself to having a straight GPS setup on it. But we should be all right, because I think we can sort of do it along the back edge over there. I think it'll work fairly well along that. So I'm just going to finish off this second headland and do that there. It's a fairly even shaped field, actually. I'm half tempted to not use the GPS at all and instead go for doing it just following the edge along, because I think that might work as well. There we are, out of there. Looking at the shape across there especially, I think that'll be the case. So yeah, we're not going to use GPS on here, on this field. We will come back around here and we'll go and use the far edge there as our setup. And what we can do then is just follow that round and hopefully stick to that and get some nice long runs to get down there with our tractor and the baler. Yeah, that's a nice long cut going all the way around the field. It should stay fairly good as far as the rows go. I think we're going to end up with a fairly even number of rows, especially if I can keep things nice and contained. So we can get to the end of this now, and it will mean that we can move on to the next field and get everything on here. Well, it's only 11 in the morning, and yeah, we're looking at hitting all 3 of these today. I'm really quite pleased with that. That would be a real turnout, because this is going to make us a ton of money doing these 3 contracts. And yeah, should make a massive difference to us. A bit like that tractor. Actually being able to get that Kubota is pretty amazing. I am absolutely over the moon things have gone our way like that. Without being able to grab that, I think it would have been taken, well, we'd have missed the opportunity had the fabric not been there. And yes, it wasn't what I originally had planned for that, but I think actually the money from these contracts will probably let us buy the tailor shop anyway. So we should be good from there. To be perfectly honest though, if we get the money from this and it allows us to buy the harvester, I'm very tempted to go with that instead and grab us the grape harvester. Yes, the tailor shop will make us money in the long run, but in the long run we're planning to get that anyway, and it's not going to be a massive difference, especially now that we've sold the initial batch of fabric we had. It's not going to make a difference whether we buy that now or buy that in a little bit. We obviously don't. I want to buy it when I've got another set of fabric ready to go in there, so that we can make the maximum amount of money we want. So that needs to be weighted towards that. So if we get the money that we need from this to buy the harvester, then I think that is absolutely the way to go. Second field, in field 38, we have cut this one before and done this one before, so I think we'll just crack on with this and see exactly how much we can get out of it. Ooh, can we get a bit of extra grass on here? Will that let me do it? Yeah, look at that. Nice little bit of extra grass on this side of that field. Perfect. So I'm doing very much the same thing as I did on the last field with the rows inside it. I'm following the line of the field. Don't really need the GPS because it's not a straight line that we're doing on here. It's slightly kinked, but we are getting longer cuts as a result. Doing it from this side of the field, though, with this one means that we're not getting the really big bit of the kink of the field into it, and should make it much easier to get bales along here baled and collected as well. So yeah, we're trying to keep things a little bit simple, but at the same time make sure that we get the largest amount of field in which we can. And yeah, look at that, we're already onto a section. That means we get the whole lot in and get this all done, but it gets a little bit wider a little bit further down. So there are going to be a couple of runs along the side of the field here, but this should be fairly clean all in all. And with this field just about done, yeah, we can bring this round. A couple of little tufts, but I'm not too worried about those. We are all good. Right, on to our last field, up to field 48, which is just over here. So let's unfold again. And just want to get myself, I find that if I start myself a little bit along the side, it's much easier to get everything to connect up. I think with this field, we're going to find we have, wow, a lot of bales and maybe a lot of extra space to go. So, oh, let's turn it on. No. Turn it on. Drop it down. There we go. That's better. We've actually got it started now, and we should get a decent amount off this field. Interesting that I'm having trouble doing the top end of this field here. It wouldn't let me go beyond, well, it must have been a fairly massive overlap. It looks like the top edge of the field is around here-ish. Yeah, wow, that is not letting me cut very far outside at all. So the field definition up here is it's not quite as far out as I was hoping. There's all that grass. There's actually parts of this field that we can't get at, which is slightly odd, but hopefully won't make a difference to us delivering bales to complete this. There we go. That's got the first headland done. So as I was saying when I started this, I like to go into the field and make them connect rather nicely. So we do that, come down, and yeah, get the second headland started. And hopefully this will run better than the first one did. Right, with the second headland finished, what I want to do now is actually set up the GPS. We can use it on this field. This is a pretty big field. Which is going to be the best way to use it? I think it might be the longer edge. The longer edge is going to be up this side. So let's maneuver this here. Position ourselves along this edge here. And yeah, this is also a nice straight edge, whereas everything else is a little bit bumpy. So get myself aligned there. Down with that. Down. Bring it in. It's Mr. Small tuft of grass. Right, there we go. Turn it on. Set my first waypoint. And then straight up this side like this. Try and keep the same angle the whole way. Set. And away, and ooh, actually that's a little bit off, but that'll do. We'll clear up that little bit at the end here before we go any further. And yeah, stick on that line there. It's not perfect, but it'll get the job done. GPS is making this job nice and easy. Look at that. Nice straight rows of grass. And our crone just going along and cutting and swathing and taking an entire stage of work out of this contract, which is just brilliant. Just makes all the difference to be able to get this straight swathed up and ready to bale. And with our baler that is a one-step baler as well, it means it's gonna bale and wrap it in one go. We'll have to stop it often because it is a round baler and does need unloading, but that's not the end of the world. It's just gonna work out pretty well for us. This is a good day. This is a really good day for us on the Old Stream Farm. We are going to make a ton of money. We are going to get set up for our summer harvest, and we have all the equipment that we could want for now. It's wonderful. Into the last part of this field, and I think I'm going to have to cut it this way across from how we have been doing it, simply because it's just sort of this spiky little bit sticking out into the bottom end of the field. Doesn't make much difference to us to do it this way over doing it the other way. It just means that we get to clear this section up without doing lots of turns if we do it like this. And then just want to make sure we get that bit in. There we go. Right, that is our mower all done and dusted. So I am going to head back up to the shop and grab the tractor and the baler. It's just gone 3:30 and it's a little bit later in the day than I would have liked to have got started on this. Hopefully we can get these done fairly quickly. Baler is out. And we'll see how well this does. Does this have... I don't know if this has a pre-chamber that we're able to get the... well, where it's able to keep going while it's unloading. We'll find out. No is the answer to that. It does need to stop when it's full. It does get full fairly quickly, so it's going to be a little bit stop-starty, this job. But at the end of it, we should have a good number of bales. Let's unload that. And then next bale comes out. Yeah, this is all a little bit close. These are some big, big piles of grass here. And it does mean that we're going to quite quickly hit the amount that we've got. And just need to remember to unload each time. Because, yeah, by the time I've unloaded one, the next one is coming out. I'm finding at the moment this is a very, very stop-start sort of setup for this. I'm having to stop twice, and I actually think what I want to do is wait till I have a full, yeah, there we go, full chamber like this, back off, unload the one from the back, and that should then, yeah, trigger the bale coming out, and then we can continue on. Otherwise, I'm finding that I'm stopping twice. I'm stopping once to unload the bale, because if I keep going, I end up with a bale that is sitting there when I'm trying to do the other anyway. Or I end up overshooting and causing myself issues. So I'm just cleaning up a little bit that I had at the top end of the field here. There we go. And then I can continue on with this headland. We've got a decent number of bales off here. We're getting a lot of bales off here, actually. Which is brilliant, because it means that the excess number of bales is going to be huge. And this is where the money really comes in these silage bale contracts. Is that the number of extra bales you end up with tends to be a pretty big number, all things considered. And yeah, you end up selling them for a really good price. Last time we did it, we were doing it in November, which is when the bale price is at its highest. We're of course not doing that at this time, but we should still make a really good amount of money off these. And as I said, it could even be in the range of getting ourselves a grape harvester. So it's worth just sort of plugging on. I think, though, this is probably going to be a case of doing this field today with the baler and then picking up the other two with it next time, so that we can spread this over a couple of days and make sure that we get the job done in a reasonable amount of time. Up to the last row of grass, and yeah, we are at 32 bales and counting at the moment. There we go, under the shade of the tree. So that would make it 33 bales, which is absolutely brilliant. I mean, we might even end up with... We're definitely going to have 34. We might end up with 35 at the rate that this goes. Unload that. No, I think it's going to be 34. There isn't an entire extra bale left on this field. But we will grab the rest of this grass, though, because obviously we've got 2 more fields worth of grass to do and get them all baled up and wrapped as well. But all in all, that is pretty good. What, we've got another half a bale kicking around here, and I know I've got 1 patch of grass just in here. There we go. I think that's the only big patch I missed. There's a couple of little patches like this down here, but none of these are that significant. They're yeah, just bits that are sort of missed at the edges as we've gone around the corner. Otherwise, this has been pretty successful. Means that we are going to move on to field 38 and 48 next time. Both of those will produce a nice amount of bales for us. Well, if this one's anything to go by, we're going to have a lot of bales by the end of this. And that does mean that we're going to be in a really good position to, as I said, make lots of money and get ourselves set up for the summer. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.